Blessings, everyone. Today we will be talking about one of my favorite countries in Africa, that is Kenya. So, today we will be talking about my experience there. I lived there from 2010 to 2014 and why I am considering Kenya for relocation. Now, to begin with, Kenya is not landlocked, which I love. There is a beautiful coast to explore in Kenya. You have Mombasa, Malindi, Diani Beach. So all of these areas are areas you should definitely check out. If you want to just get away from Nairobi for the weekend, they are definitely very close by. So it's convenient and it's great to have the ability to do that. Now, I lived there from 2010 to 2014. And at that time, I was staying in Upper Hill in a two-bedroom, two-bath apartment. I was paying roughly $1,000 per month for that apartment, which included cleaning twice a week, which I loved. It included water. The electric I had to pay separate, as well as the internet. And the internet at the time was roughly $70. So depending on what lifestyle you would like to live, you can definitely get a studio or a one-bedroom apartment for much cheaper, depending on what location, what city, what part of the city rather that you're living in. So just keep that in mind. And also further down the line, if you're looking at buying a property rather than renting, what I find interesting about Kenya is that the pricing for buying property is very reasonable compared to other countries in Africa. I was looking, it seems like you can get a studio or one bedroom under $50,000, which is very reasonable compared to some of the other countries in Africa. So, of course, you would need to consult an attorney in the country. They can explain to you your rights as a foreign property owner, but definitely something to just keep in the back of your mind. Now, in terms of the culture, I absolutely love Kenya. The people are warm. I think the history of the culture is very uniquely beautiful. There is so much to learn, not only about Kenya, but also about the neighboring countries in East Africa. So while you're there, you can do so much research and do a lot of learning, which I love. Now, the activities in Kenya are endless. I am a foodie, so I like to go out to eat. The best Indian restaurants that I have ever been to are in Kenya, and I have been to India several times. So the Indian food in Kenya is wonderful. There's Thai food, Asian food, Ethiopian food, of course, Kenyan traditional food. So many types of food that you can explore in Kenya. It is absolutely wonderful. Of course, there are a lot of outdoor activities to explore. You have the safaris, which most people come to Kenya for. You can off-road in the safari and go right up to the animals and take pictures up close, which is fantastic. You can go to Lake Naivasha. You can go to Hell's Gate. There are so many outdoor activities to explore that it definitely makes living in the country a joy. And it makes it interesting because there's so many things for you to get into that are not available in other countries. So that's something to keep in mind. Now, in terms of the visa and permitting, when I was there, I was on a work permit. So the company I was working for, they took care of all the permitting. But in moving back individually now, I will have to apply for a visa and then eventually a resident permit. Now, you can get a visa at your embassy, either in the US or the UK, before you go. I've seen the single entry visa. You can get also multiple entry up to 6 months. Also, you can get a visa on arrival if you do not have time to apply at your embassy before you go. Now, the permits, however, are maximum, it seems, 2 years based on the research that I have done. And you would have to reapply for that visa every 2 years, which is not as convenient as if you were in another country where they're issuing 5-year visas or 10-year visas. Now, you can get a 5-year visa from the DC embassy However, you need an invitation letter from your host person in Kenya, and you have to have a copy of the Kenyan passport in order to get that visa approved. So that makes it a little bit more difficult if you're trying to get the 5-year visa at your embassy. But there are options if you do have that person that that can supply you with their passport. Definitely explore that route as well. Now, all in all, I wanted just to make this video brief, but I love Kenya. Definitely do your research. I think that Kenya, for me, is definitely one of the top countries for a variety of reasons, and definitely should be one of yours. I think Kenya, in terms of development, is far advanced in comparison to other African countries. While I was there over the 4 years, I never had any interruptions in terms of my utilities. The electric never went out. The gas was always on. The water was always on. The internet service, although it's not going to be as fast as what you're used to in the US, it is still definitely reasonable enough for you to get your work done. Now, the download speeds and your upload speeds, of course, will be slower, but it's not something that is going to become something where you can't get your work done. You just have to wait a little bit longer for those type of things. But all in all, the level of development in Kenya in terms of the infrastructure is definitely more advanced than what you would find in some other countries, which I love. So I hope you learned a little bit about Kenya in this video, and I will talk to you in my next one. Take care. Bye.